The scientific method is fundamentally true devil's advocate, rigorously finding and eliminating wrongness until eventually you're left with something that can be provisionally considered true, until more wrongness is found. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I think Shadow Flare might not be a bad one. We'll see how that goes. Useful for staggering crowds and repositioning. I'll have to get into the habit of using it, but... Hello! Damn it. That last attack always takes so long to resolve. Stalker shot. Oh, what? Well, now. That's just a... Okay, so it's a little bit less on the raw fire damage. 1 point less on the raw fire damage. But way better on the burning damage because it does more damage over a shorter time. And has extra fire damage. Though we lose... Sorry, my current one has extra fire damage on top, but... No, that is great. We'll take it. I guess I'll keep this one around. Because it may be useful later. So many pups. Right, we are getting to the foot of the giant construction that we saw previously. Oh yeah, you can feel the power increase with that. Apparently that's very far down. Ooh. Jump! This isn't Dark Souls. Can't just try jumping me. Okay. Boo! Did you just resist it? I think you did. Yep, you did. No staggering on you, apparently. I guess it only works on small enemies. That's fine though, because often it's things like kobolds that actually give me trouble, rather than Jotun. However, it's time to flex our ability. The junk. Oh, you should not be here. I'm sorry, but don't. Oh my lord. Okay, I'm not destroying that. Oh, I did not mean to do that, my bad. I will get rid of things that the game is like, hey, have this might specific item. That's good enough for now. Back in junk with you. I know that it's questionable to get rid of so many greens just so I can pick up one white, but we're going to need a lot more room. I'm starting to wish I had actually used my reckoning mode earlier, but one of the issues here is that so many of the things we're fighting are actually just dogs, that it wouldn't really help. Auto attempt, 80% chance. You know what? No reason. Let's build up the chain. Yeah, you know, as much as there's a part of me that's like, am I wasting all the experience that I could have been getting with Reckoning mode? The fights are like with 1 or 2 Jotun at a time, and most of it is dogs. The extra experience from the dogs, probably neither here nor there, but they're also not going to charge up my Reckoning mode very quickly. So although we've gone through a lot of fights, I don't feel that we've gotten through enough of the right fights. Right, let's go and pay a visit to Karunk. I'm not going to try and hide. We're going to hero walk. Oh look, you've got the same ability as me. Ouch. Go for the hit. Okay, I need my Fey Yorta back. I need you to distract this dude. Ah, my timing of the dodge was quite bad. And again, it's quite bad. There. Now, let's get your health down a bit. Oh, you're back up? Or is this nonsense? How can you be back? Okay, there's one down properly. I think they just... I didn't actually take them out last time, perhaps. Either that, you get back up after a while. Yep. Okay, that's annoying. How do we deal with you then? Well, the other one is staying down, interestingly. Nope. You know what? Slow mode. Let's do this now. With one down, I should be able to finish you off, even through your regen. The other one back up? Nope. There we go. I was apparently making that much harder for myself than I needed to be. I mean, they're not bad. We are definitely starting to see offerings now that are sufficiently high level to make it worth a swap. As soon as they're sorcery or finesse, then it'll probably be worth it. And that right there is the tower leading up that we saw previously. We might even be at the very top of it right now. Which, as you can imagine, is probably a bit of a concern for Adilla, you know, considering the floating city. Seeing a massive scaffolding of dirt and rock being built up towards you. Where is Adilla right now? I want to say that Adilla is somewhere... It's just too cloudy for me to see. I want to say it's somewhere over there. Right, while I'm up here, make sure that I'm looking for chests. Because I'm not climbing all the way back up here again. That's not going to make it. So, it's about here, I think. Okay. We have to report to Secundra that we have succeeded. Oh, you're already here.
I had heard. From Remy's, I received word that one such as you entered Karunk's tower with no trepidation, no anxiety. Do I even have to ask? Does the war chief still draw breath?
Karunk is dead.
It was said the gods would call their champion, and here you are bearing the cipher, seeking the Primos. If you have learned something of primal magic, this staff may be of
I should have
value
used
to you.
primal magic. Of course I should
Take
have.
it with my thanks for your role in killing the warlord. Now
That's
my
why it was
forces
so
can
hard.
put the rest of the Jotun to the spear beckoned.
And what is that?
Before this day, I thought it was just a myth, a lie my people told ourselves to make our sins more bearable. The beckoned is a deliverer. The beckoned speaks for the gods. The beckoned is their messenger, their conduit. What is the beckoned? One who carries the cipher, the icon of the gods. One who faces the troubles of my people without hesitancy. The beckoned is you.
You're a Foxdog. Thank you so much for the 9 months, mate. We small. Yes, this is... Right now, I am experiencing what it is like to be Sheelab. Sheelab is actually that small. I think she's like the average height for a girl. In Britain, anyway. Are the Jotun still a threat?
With their leader dead, they will likely keep to themselves and lose the will to harry my people as they have. I will wager that they won't suffer incursions into their camp, for good or ill. But still they have caused my people suffering. Shall we wait and allow them to inevitably rise again? This is our best opportunity to finish them.
What do you think, chat? You're right. If we allow them to rebuild, they'll just get back to Jotuning. Or do we want to spare the Jotun? No thoughts, head empty. Just joined. Fair, Foxdot, fair. Lurkers, wake up. I need you to be my moral compass. Are we going to put all Jotun to the sword for their part playing in the rebellion, or do we still need someone to work the wheat fields? What is the question, says Mighty Owl. Do we want to spare the Jotun or kill all of the Jotun that were part of a rebellion? Or maybe it's just all Jotun, full stop. We do need wheat. Quantum reagent. Food. Well, okay, so this is the dappling chat, okay? That can go in either direction. I'm going to need you to be more specific, quantum reagent. Blah says, kill them all! The only good Jotun is a dead Jotun. Given Jotun, probably rye fields. Fair, fair. You cannot eat them, can you? I mean, I'd give it a good try. I like bread, but also I respect the Jotun for wanting what they want. So, would I be right in saying that chat is more leaning towards sparing the Jotun? It feels like there's more desire to spare right now. I'm not seeing many people who are outright kill. Spare them. Very well.
I owe you much for killing Karunk beckoned, so I will do as you say. I only hope you do not reap bitter fruit from your generosity. Now I will take you to the henge, and then to the Primos, as I promised.
Thank you very much. Primos.
The Primos is our ruler, and the most devout of the Colossi. For example, our current Primos, Anakatos, has sequestered himself away from our people in prayer for years. Meanwhile, we are threatened every day, and because of Anakatos' extreme measures, we lack guidance.
I sense a note of disapproval. What is the henge?
An artifact my people made. With the city in the sky, we knew we needed a way to travel from the teeth and back. The energies it focuses are the same as those that keep the city aloft. They can levitate people and objects safely.
Very well.
Very well.
I'll join you in a moment. I want to go and see Remy. Oh, Remy's.
Who? Oh, my apologies. I have yet to become used to looking down.
I suddenly empathize with every person I've ever just walked into because they were below my eye level. Is this what it feels like to be them every day? This is a terrible experience. I disapprove.
Be careful.
I disapprove. My dear, now that my vote has been cast, I am going to eat. Have fun with the game. I'm looking forward to watching it during breakfast. Very well. You have a good sleep and a good breakfast. I think I do need a box. I need to carry around a little box that I can stand on. My lord. How much experience do we need? We need 30,500 for the next level. Dear goodness, that's a lot of experience. All right. How close am I to full? Yeah, I'm already full inventory. I'll barely be able to craft anything, sadly. That's just the way that is. So, instead, let's just go to the henge. Grab a few bits and bobs as I go. So, everyone who's ever asked the question, what the hell is a henge when talking about Stonehenge? This is it. This is exactly what it was built for. Yeah. Turns out it was ancient teleporting tech. Now you know. The Dark Age stripped much from Britain, especially our ultra-advanced teleportation technology. It was a sad time for the world. Well, actually, no, it was probably a great time for the world. It was a sad time for Britain. Hello.
Here, Beckoned. This artifact you see before us is a henge. We use it to transport to the city. It may be uncomfortable at first. I still recall retching after my first journey with it. But it is the only way into the city.
I'm made of stronger stuff. Don't doubt the Beckoned.
I have thought on your decision to spare the Jotun, and how our intolerance exposes our hypocrisy. At first I saw no reason for it. The Jotun are cruel and savage. Then I realized that we Colossi were that way once, until someone gave us a chance.
There you go, chat. I hope you're enjoying the warm fuzzies. That was definitely warm fuzzy territory.
Be cautious in these lands.
I shall. Okay, let us use the henge. But first, let us look down there. It's very cool. Such a beautiful place. Nothing like a little bit of floating rocks to really set the ambiance. The henge will allow you to travel to Adilla, the city above the Teeth of Naros. What, you were expecting some awesome cutscene? You fools! We have arrived. I am, and always have been, a little bit sad that it isn't an awesome cutscene for that section, I'm going to be honest with you. Also sad that there are railings to stop me from doing stupid stuff that I really want to do right now. But alas. Colossi take safety seriously.
And here you have it. Idilla, our great failing. Now let us go to Anakatos. He may hide from our people's needs, but he will not refuse a visitor sent from Athene.
Tell me about yourself.
Now that the trouble with the Jotun has been solved, I am free to investigate other threats to my people, and there are many options to choose from.
Tell me of Athene.
The goddess of wisdom was our patron. Though my people worship all the Titans, they hold Athene as our personal guardian. But the gods do not look to us or listen to us. What manner of patron neglects their charge, leaves their wards to the wilderness?
Questioning the gods. Why does he hide?
The gods choose the Primos to lead we Colossi, and to enact their will. Of the gods, we are the favored of Athene, the goddess of wisdom. Or we were. Athene's once common words have been quiet for some time. The Primos has prayed in isolation for years, but she does not answer.
Thank you ever so much for that 83 months, 3 ham kablam. Diolch yn fawr iawn.
Farewell.
Farewell. Oh, look at this place, it's so good. I've been defeated by a simple step once again. They're just going to tease me for being too short again, aren't they? Probably. It's what I deserve for being so short. Alright. Well, there are lots of things to do in this city. It's a wonderful city. It's also, like, just the aesthetics of this place are visually stunning. But also, Why even have a floating city if you don't have rapid transit to the ground? Ah. Look at my tiny little shadow down there. Not defeating the whole, you know, small accusations, but...
Mind your step here, Beckoned. I wouldn't want the Colosse's failure to claim any more lives than it already has.
Why is there a pit in the city? Well, I mean, rapid transport.
It is not here
obviously.
by choice. Or our choice, anyways. Such questions would be better suited for the Primos. Suffice it to say that this was made in anticipation of something that never occurred. Very well.
Okay. I need to go and talk to more people.
I almost did not see you.
Hello.
I've heard a rumor that the silent choir never talks because they've had their tongues cut out.
That is quite the rumor.
When we came to this land, I thought it was a place of promise. But I was wrong. I've heard a rumor that the silent choir never talks because they've had their tongues cut out.
Hello.
Though all serve the Primos, none are as devoted as the silent choir. The Beckoned has come at last. It can only mean that the gods wish to take us back into their favor.
I hope that to be the case. Also, hello again, Sister
I
Zelda.
almost did not see you.
Frozen Chakram, quite nice, quite nice. So sad. Tragically, I think the only place that I can go to, which actually has a place for me to... Oh, I do actually have access. Never mind. I do have access to a Fate Weaver. Okay, good. But tragically, I do not believe... Yeah, it's going to be levels before I can properly do that. So I think what I'm going to have to do instead... You know how I was talking about taking a point out of Dispelling? Well... I think I need to take 4 points out of Dispelling and bring us all the way up to this point on Blacksmithing so I can tear apart a lot more of the gear that I've got. It's annoying, but... Four points will take me up to salvage rare equipment.
How may I serve?
Well, that's quite a bold question.
Beckoned? I do not have anything for you. My apologies.
Be careful here. I've heard one of our scholars has been trying to study trolls. Has she taken leave of her senses? I've heard a rumor that the silent choir never talks because they've had their tongues cut out.
I love the little spirals carved
Though
into
all
them.
serve the Primos, none are as devoted as
Morning,
the
Fizbic.
silent choir.
And yes, we do need a tally for how many of the Colossi reference my height. I would suggest it as a drinking game, but I don't want you to all
You
suffer
must
liver
be the
damage.
Beckoned. This way leads to the Primos' sanctum and the great mural.
Come here,
She is
Secundra.
swift, powerful, and decisive, truly worthy of her title.
The Primo Sanctum?
The Primos' sanctum lies beyond these stairs. Treat it with due respect, or be subject to Colossi law. The mural nearby is a reminder of why we are here, above the lesser races, through the grace of Athene and the gods. We do not keep a prison in Idylla. We try our victims with our spears,
The guilty are soon made clear.
Uh-huh. The gods would not allow the guilty to win in combat. So clearly, if you win the duel, then you must actually be telling the truth. You're the most just by virtue of the fact that you are the strongest and the biggest and have the sharpest blade. Mariel says, oh, hubby wants to thank you for showing off the demo of the last mage. He had fun with it for an hour or two. Completed the second level and put it on the wish list. So thank you, Hubby. You're more than welcome. I'm very glad to have helped. Hey, Barash Kempachi.
The gods were good to rip my people from their savagery, but I wonder how easily this gift might be taken away.
That is going to be a theme.
The city around us is a great feat, but what you see is less than what we originally intended to raise. You can find our catacombs carved into the land below, near Atilos Nixaros. These were once to be part of Idylla. I serve Sikandra, as I have for years. Anything she requires, I deliver. I wish you well on your journeys.
Thank you very much. Okay. I really badly need to deal with my inventory. So, Sikandra,
You must be the beckoned.
I apologize for this, but I genuinely need to sort out my my inventory issues. I don't yet have access to a shop. Well, actually, I might in here, thinking about it. What a fancy city this is. It has its own sewer system and everything. Wow.
Beckoned, I admit that I have eyed you with some interest. I await for the chance to debate you personally.
Flattered, but... okay.
I am a student of Master Onisimos, and I hold the highest rank among all of his disciples. My current point of study is the nature of strength and its relation to virtue.
Right.
This is the center of theology in Idylla, Beckoned. My people attend to debate any topic they like, with whomever they like. We leave social standing at the door. All that matters in the Lycaeus is virtue and a sound argument.
What an enlightened sounding people. I'm sure there is nothing, no twist that is going to shatter this perception. Truly, this is an enlightened city. Lift aloft from the savagery below.
No doubt the gods favor us because we have the strength to perpetuate their message. The Colossi believe that ours is the greatest city in all of Amalur, Beckoned. I am inclined to agree. We were strong enough to rip it from the clutches of the earth. How could there be any doubt?
Team Wick says, I'm sure their definition of virtue is entirely unproblematic.
I wish you luck in your endeavors, Beckoned.
Thank you. I'm gonna do a thing that is probably gonna be a bit...
Have you seen the day in this forsaken land?
Gonna be a little bit
You are
out
the
of character,
Have you
but
come seeking debate?
I'm just gonna talk to the people who are the shopkeepers, and we'll come back here later.
Do you require assistance? I can heal whatever wounds you may suffer.
Tell me about the theater.
Have you seen it? The theater is perhaps our greatest rival in capturing the idle time of Idylla's citizens. Over the years, I've warmed to the idea of their productions, but there is no substitute for the Lycaeus' debates.
Tell me of Onisimos.
The Master is troubled. The Lycaeus has seen its attendance gradually drop since the tragedy at the Hyperion. I am one of Onisimos' oldest disciples.
Onisimos, sorry.
I have taken to tending to the inexperienced students after their debates.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with me, so...
Enjoy the debates.
Ithene, guide your actions.
I'm sure she will. There's so many things here. I will not touch any of them until I return later and I have inventory space.
Ah, you must be the beckoned.
I must.
I must say that you are the most peculiar specimen I have ever glimpsed. Your fate.
I count that
cannot
as
think that I've
referencing
been
my height.
blinded, but you are the only flaw in my gaze.
I count that as her referencing how short I am, so chalk that one up as well.
I tell you, this academy's destruction is assured. The details are vague to me, but there will come a time when theology means nothing to the Colossi. Academics, scholarly pursuits, all of it gone. In its place, the savagery of the Myru. Mark my words. I attend these final debates as the school enters its death throes to chronicle them for the future.
Also, pay attention to this. This is actually... That in particular, the fact that the Fate Weaver perceives the end of scholarly pursuits for the Colossi and a return to the Myru. I'll wait to see if the game actually explains the Myru, but that is also a name that you should remember.
The city will hold longer than this academy, but all things in this world fall to ruin. Every morning I wake and despair, for I see the mighty walls of Idylla and the tower of the Primos crumble to dust before my eyes, replaced by an empty sky. I have always been able to snatch glimpses of the future, but very recently, since news came that you appeared in our land, these dim half-visions of mine have burst into full, glorious sight. I can see the fate of this city now, of all who live within it, except for you, curiously enough.
About that, there is a reason. Right, I would like to unbind my destiny. There.
Heed
Thank
my
you.
words.
Ah, no. Oh, my gear. Right, okay, so first and foremost, want to take this up to the point where I can get the blacksmithing. I want mercantile there. I want... Honestly, let's just invest everything in this, and then whatever I've got less into dispelling. It is... it does mean my alchemy goes back to not having as good of a chance to find reagents, but... or do I invest? Actually, I really do like having that, so we'll pop those points in there. I am 2 points lower on dispelling than I would have liked to have, but I will now see all treasures displayed on the minimap. And also law stones, which is going to be very useful. Alright, finesse. 1 point there. All the points in here. All the points there. We want all the points in here as well. There we go. Now, as for here, want full points in chakrams. Do these give anything? No. They're really not useful to me. I swear getting to that one is so hard sometimes. Right, we want to reduce the amount of mana we spend on things. Chakram Mastery. We want Sphere of Protection. Full points into Fagiorta, and then some points into healing as well. And then the Warlock. There we go. Now, as for my gear, oh, what? Oh, that's the staff I was given. The Colossi have not always been masters of the arcane arts, but it was a skill that quickly acquired. Some Colossi, artisans, infused this mirror with enough primal magic that any element it was struck with would be inverted. Thus, fire will imbue it with frost. Frost will imbue it with flame. And then secondary is going to be these. Armor-wise, let's get my gear back. Okay. And womp. Right. Okay. With that, we should now be able to hop down here. No! Okay. I really badly need to go and break stuff down. So, very quickly. I'm going to go and try and use the henge to get back.
The Primos is this way.
I know. Do not question the methods of the backend. Yes. So what she's saying is nothing we do will have any effect. That is literally what she's saying. Oh, look at the map now. Look at all the things that I can see. So very many things. Everything revealed unto us, including the chests, the whirlpools. But more than anything else, we can now salvage a lot of things. I'm going to break down the Primal Scepter. Yeah, we can get the Great Sword too. We are now very much in the position to make some very nice stuff. We can make things with 4 ingredients and reagents. No, not reagents. I guess they would be ingredients, wouldn't they? Components, I suppose. All right, let's have a look at what we could do. Let's go with the small Silvanite blades to start with. Go with Greater Flamed Hilt. Just want to see if we've got anything that will allow me to... I don't have anything, no. I'm going to need to find some primal daggers or primal chakrams, I think. Plus 5% chance of critical hit with physical. It is kind of nice. Though that one's quite nice. Greater robust rivets. And then the bindings. That being said, maybe the bindings will have something. They do not. Dried gut. Basically, we're making crit daggers. So that's plus 10% crit chance. 75 damage. They're already better than Shine and Shadow. Though Shine and Shadow do a bit more damage overall, thanks to... Well, actually, do they? This does 1 less damage with fire, but its 8 burning is done over 6 seconds, so it takes twice as long to apply the burning damage. So actually, yeah, I would say this is still better, especially with the fact that it's got so much just flat damage with the crit chance as well. Yeah, we're gonna craft it. Okay, well, what do we need? We will need a name. Chat, help me with a name. What are we gonna call these daggers that we've just made? The ways of the beckoned are strange and mysterious. They are. Darkest Error, that's true. But what name do we want these daggers to have? Robert and Goggot. No. Crit daggers. I mean, I can respect naming something after what it is. The Chuckle Brothers. Little bit better daggers. The Phileos. Well, I guess it would be stiletto into filetto. So you would have to pronounce the T. Sure, we'll go with the filettos. Let's go ahead and equip the filettos. The primal mirror, I mean, it's not like I can do anything with that. I can't break it down. So I think this is just going to be a case of me having to sell this. Like I can switch between henge rings and... Oh no, did I sell the wrong one? I did, I think, sell the wrong one. Bugger. Oh, no, never mind. I'm equipped with the right one. That's fine. So yeah, I'm just gonna sell the primal mirror. It is better primal damage, but it's the wrong weapon type for me. All right, let's craft chakrams. Silvernite frost disc, azurite flame disc. We'll go with the azurite flame disc, definitely. Greater flamed handle. 15% chance to steal 15 health per hit, though. Ooh. I mean, it's kind of tempting, I'm not going to lie. Or just flat master damaging handle. Let's see what flat damage would do for us. I could always get the greater flamed bindings as well if I really wanted to. Giving some health regen per second on my weapon isn't a terrible one. Plus 14% health. Let's compare that to what we've currently got. It's 20 damage less. Let's go back here. See, I can boost that by a lot. This is an extremely burny boy now. So if we have... let's assume that these are applied to the base damage rather than multiplicative. So that would be an extra 4. And then an extra 2.6. So we're already at 5.6 damage. But an extra... 9.6 damage. Oh, well, actually, okay. So these are applied at different rates, but still, this does add quite a lot of damage here. I think this could be good, especially if I'm switching it out with my other chakrams. It does lower flat damage. Like, it really leans into the elemental damage on this one. And there is something to say about that being a problem, because what if I'm up against something that is flame resistant? Even with the right stuff. Jock says, "Oh man, I still have the first Kingdom of Amalur game that doesn't sell anymore." Yeah, I've got the original, and I bought this one as well. I just really like them. And I can still have the flame bindings, but they're just going to be less effective now. That'll give me an extra 8 damage over 3 seconds and an extra 4 damage flat. With the two 10%, assuming they're not multiplicative, this does bring the fire damage almost up to equivalent. Yeah, it is ever so slightly worse. So we don't build a chakram for now then. Instead, I believe the boots and the helmet are the oh, and we've got a talisman as well. The boots and the helmet are what we've got set bonuses on. Let's see what kind of talisman I can make. One mana regen per second is not bad. That being said, let's go with a health regen. Then a big wallop of extra health there, and none of those are particularly great, but this blocks less damage, almost as much mana, gives me, oh wait, this has sorcery abilities. Okay, so that's not happening then. We are not replacing that. So instead, we're going to have a look at the leggings and the gloves and the armor. We've now got Troll Hide Brace. Plus 3% gold drops is really nice. Tangled hair. That sounds disgusting. Plus 7% damage with magic. That's not bad. Yeah, improved arcane bindings, and then I could add in the health regen into my pantsus. It's a little bit lower. Only 5 points though. Those are actually quite nice. Let's have a look at the actual armor itself. Let's see what I can make here. Troll hide. Oh, greater expansive lining. Now. 4% experience bonus. There's no reason why I would not take that. Like, zero reason. Yeah, sure. Grab that, and then extra gold drops. That's a big upgrade. All right, we're making this. It's going to replace our exceptional armor. All right, what's the name of our chest plate, chat? Is there much of a difference between the OG and this? There are. We've had this conversation a little bit earlier if you've watched the VODs at all. Though if you're just, this is the first time seeing me playing this, then you will have not had the opportunity to have those conversations. But I'm going to give you the TLDR version of that conversation because we've had lots of conversations that are basically that same question. So I'm going to give you like the bullet point form of it. Though I'm happy to expand on any of the particular points if you have further questions. But there are some new bugs introduced. One of them, and the one that I keep coming back to because it affects my preferred primary weapon, is that Feyblades and daggers, their shadow strike ability and whatever the Feyblade equivalent is, that's bugged in that when you dash through opponents, sometimes it doesn't recognize that a hit has occurred. I think it's because the engine is now moving faster than it can detect the collisions, so you don't apply damage consistently, which is big sad. However, if those aren't primary weapons for you, it's not going to affect that. There are a couple of little bugs here and there, though. Another big one that has been added in is that there is a new expansion called Fate Sworn. That is only available to Re-Reckoning. You can't get that for the original. But probably one of the biggest mechanical differences between the original and this is the way that item tiering and level capping happened. Because the old system was very kind of... it still had a lot of its original MMO trajectory in its DNA. And so the first time you ever entered an area, it would level lock to whatever level you were, up to the maximum for that level. So every level had a level cap. Like you would, let's say there was one area where you would never get higher than level 10 gear and enemies in that zone. And you enter it at level 15, well, it's capped at level 10. But if you enter it at level 2, even if you took one step into the area and then left because you didn't mean to transition, that area is now level locked to level 2. All of the chests, all of the enemies, every drop you will get in there is now bound to level 2. You come back at level 15, well, instead of getting stuff that would have been appropriate for you at level 10, you're getting stuff that's now locked to level 2. Makes the entire zone pointlessly easy to navigate, obviously a level 15 versus a level 2 in terms of difficulty, but also utterly worthless in terms of loot. That used to be, that was the OG. And there were a couple of levels where they didn't have a cap. Famously, the Maid of Windermere's area was level capped to 99, which meant whatever level you went in there, that's what level all of the loot would be locked in. So a strategy was to complete the House of Ballots quest line as late as possible, so you were the highest level you could possibly be, because in many cases you were now higher level than most of the zones that you were going to be going to for quest progress, and like you were beyond their level cap, so whatever they were going to give you it was no longer necessarily useful to you. But the Castle Windermere was still, it would be a viable place to get loot. So a lot of people would complete that quest as one of the last quests completed to make sure they got the best loot. Now that's gone. And so all of the loot tables and stuff like that, they are level bound to you when you're finding them, not some sort of weird and wonderful, you walked into a zone and now that zone is permanently locked to level 8 or what have you. Are you level 20 when you look at it? Well, okay, then it's level 20 stuff. And many of the enemies will remain competitive throughout the game. That being said, I do believe there may be some degree of like maximum level on zones. insofar as, at this point, if I went back to Odorath, I probably wouldn't have a hard time fighting the boggarts there. So there seems to be something in there to give you an actual sense of progression through the story. You are becoming powerful, and the enemies that used to give you a hard time no longer do. But certainly in terms of as you're moving through the game, it doesn't feel like this jarring effect of, wow, this stuff is really low level for some reason. So it was really, really quite good. In that is probably one of the biggest and most noticeable mechanics differences, other than the fact that it simply runs better on modern machines. Right. Chesty McChestface. Well, I asked you. This is my fault. I have myself to blame. There we go. Chesty McChestface. You're welcome, Jock. Hopefully that was a good enough answer for you. It covered any obvious questions you have. But like I said, I'm happy to answer anything specific you have. Did it tell me that was the finesse requirements before? It probably did, didn't it? And I was in a world of my own and I didn't see it. Well, balls. That's what I get. That's what I get. I want to see if this would have told me. Let's just have a quick gander. No, it doesn't. Huh. Well, that's a little bit unfair. In my personal opinion, I feel robbed. You should have told me that I was making something there is no hope that I could wear. You scoundrel, you. Oh well. Oh well, chat. I have been bamboozled. Alright, we're going to make some leggings, and hopefully these ones will work. We will find out. Alright. I'm almost scared to ask, but I will ask anyway. Oh, actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to use Xanthofar's suggestion. Oh, my lord, this is a 32 as well. Are all troll hide things 32? I wish it would tell me. Alright. I think it might actually be that troll hide is just way higher level than I can possibly equip. That sucks. Like, it really sucks. Because I'm 2 levels away from getting that. To get 30... or am I? No, actually, I'm 1 level away. Never mind. It's a lot better than it first appeared. I'm only 1 level worth of finesse gear away from that. So that's okay. That's okay. It's okay. It's okay. And at that point, I could probably swap out the Silk Farmer's gloves. So let's... Well, you know what? Now I'm making stuff for a level away. There's no point in me making this stuff because I may well have found something better by then. The 2 items I've already made, you know, that was experimentation and trying to work out what was affecting it. I strongly suspect it's because I made it out of troll stuff. Or the simple fact that I made it out of 4 components instead of 3. But moving forward, any further creation is just me being silly and potentially wasting resources. And you know how I don't want to do that. Okay, that's far down with it. I'm not going to jump down there just yet. Not just yet. Chat. It's tea break time, though. I pushed it a little bit further because we were in a cool new area. But when we return, we get to properly explore Idilla. Let me save the game. It's taking a rather long time. All right, I shall be back. You know what? I just thought about something. I'm gonna go stand in the path of one of the Colossi, so you get ample opportunity to hear them comment on my diminutive stature. Oh, they've all gone to sleep.
What can I do?
Okay, well that was less great than I initially thought, but all right. This is an even cooler angle though. So, and when the sun comes up, if that happens before I get back, then you can listen to all the Colossi commenting on my diminutive stature. Right, I shall be back in a couple of minutes. This is your chance to get up, stretch your legs, go and grab yourselves a drink. When we return, we shall hopefully be going to meet Anakatos. And in the meanwhile, for those as appreciators amongst you, do be aware, ads are about to start. So, yeah, you might want to turn down the volume just a tad. See you soon.